Well, well, normally Sunday night is a crowning achievement for Black television, and tonight it was not. Tonight we saw Real Housewives of Potomac on its back foot. On its back foot. The part two reunion of Love and Marriage Huntsville was the most pointless hour of television that has aired to date. That has aired to date. Carlos King needs to be dragged out into the street and punished for that hour of television that made no sense, that had no point. All we did was honor a deadbeat father for 30 minutes. I didn't see the point, and you sure didn't feel the purpose. Marcus, whatever his last name is a piece of garbage father and a sorry excuse for a donor. But Trisha should have been an honest lesbian instead of sleeping with a sorry sissy and a frivolous cigarette. I am tired and disgusted by this television. Now let's talk about Karen lying Huger. Karen Huger, ooh, I can't even cuss her out yet because we aren't into the video deep enough. And I have some choice words for her that I can't say quite yet. So we gonna go back to the deadbeat. And by deadbeat, I mean Carlos King. Let me tell you something, you worthless cigarette. You think you're going to come for Kempire for talking about surviving Carlos King and the sinister ways you have of producing Black women? Wait until you have to deal with me telling the truth. Heifer. I am so exhausted and so disappointed. If anybody wants to come in the room and gripe with me, feel free. This is Insomnia Theater. It's time to just let it all out. I mean, honestly, because I was like, I get home. I had just finished. I went to the gym. I finished my reunion part 3 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And that was such a disappointment because I thought there was a point to that story. All the stuff we could have talked about, and you wanted to give that deadbeat of a lesbian an hour. That deadbeat of a lesbian. And I want to know, Carlos, what was longer? That interview or how long you two took in the bedroom? Because we know he's your type. And honestly, after seeing him, that really makes me think that you and Martell have some type of hunch and haunch. What would be the word? Agreement to keep you on the show. That's what it's giving. It's giving I hunch so you can haunch. So you can haunch. Girl, I mean, we really saw this season at the Housewives of Potomac reunion that none of these girls have a plot line. Not a one of them. Jazelle, you are officially unnecessary on the season. Ashley, you too. I want you to put your champagne flutes down, pick up your gift bag, and leave. Leave quickly, leave quietly, and don't let a security have to open the door for you. Make sure you get it yourself. Make sure you get it yourself. Karen, I will never take responsibility, Huger. I really had your back with your substance abuse. And you are going to get out here and say, it's me taking antidepressants and drinking. No, you're an old drunk bitch. You are an alcoholic, a lush, a drunk, a ne'er-do-well. You can paint yourself like a sober person, but you'll never be one. You are an ale addict. And until you admit it, you will never be anything more than an ale addict. So I hope you were able to come to terms with your addiction. Soldiers for Karen Huger. And girl, oh my God. Wendy, you thought Wendy was in the damn army. You would have thought Wendy was in the army with me on September a damn 11th. You would have thought Wendy motherfucking deployed the way she said she was a soldier for Karen Carol Huger. I was a girl, you did not get up at nobody's old dark 30 to go running. A soldier for Karen. You stuck up for the bitch twice. Stop whining about it. Oh, I didn't have it. I'm letting all these heifers happen. Carlos King. Carlos King, you are... I want to know how you've been producing reality television for what feels like 20 years, yet you still have these amateurish reunions. You still don't have cohesion. If anybody wants to shimmy on in, y'all feel free. But Karen, I can't believe that drunk bitch got out here and just lied through her teeth. Lied through her damn teeth on national television. That drunk bitch wants to put it on good old-fashioned antidepressants, which people need. It's not mood stabilizers. It's your drunk ass. It's your fireball drinking ass. It's your Stella Artois guzzling ass. It's your vodka soaked ass. It's your gin brained addled ass. It's your Kahlua sipping ass. It's your whiskey having ass. It ain't got shit to do with an antidepressant. You're a drunkard. That's what you are. You're a drunkard. A drunkard. I can't believe you got on here and lied. Karen did that to secure another season. I don't want to see a drunk bitch on another season. Hold on. Hello? I'm live right now. Yes. I'm doing a caffeinated cuts out of Karen Huger because she came on the reunion lying. Instead of being open and honest about her addiction, she got on here and went to rehab so she could get a lower sentence. And I hope the judge sees through it. And I'm glad the girls called her ass on it. You did this shit for the court and we all know it. And they need to throw your ass in jail 5 to 6 months. Well, if the shoe fits, wear it. All right, well, I'll talk to you. I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. I'm like, okay, bye. Anyway, but I tell you what, I'm so disappointed in her. And all you had to say is, I have a problem with alcohol. But to say antidepressants first, everybody just groaned. I know I groaned. I know I groaned. I know I moaned. I know I am genuinely over it. And Exactly. Still denying that she's not an alcoholic. You have a problem and it's called alcohol, and you have another problem and it's called humility. Humility. And quiet as it's kept, Karen could have blamed the environment. Karen really could have said, I am in this alcohol charged environment and I just can't do it anymore. It's gotten the best of me. And we all would have been like, I can completely understand because we've never had jobs where we had to drink. Hey, Jesse,
Hello, Alexander.
how are you?
I am well. I am well. I'm so happy to
Um,
join you tonight.
Thank you. Somebody said, I think Bravo will cancel the contract if you 100% say you have an alcohol problem. Maybe they need to. I think that's okay. That is okay. Karen needs, after that, she needs to be medically retired.
Medically.
Because the fact that you would let that get out and pretend all season like you did, because if you had just gone to rehab right after, you would have been fine. Like the fact that all of this is so avoidable. Exactly, Plum Bomb. People would relate to it. She could have become a more of a star and empathizable if she had talked about her addiction. Absolutely. But to try to put it on antidepressant, now girl, we know good and drunk when we see it. Now, Erica was able to pull that antidepressant shit. But because of what Erica was going through, you were like, okay, that like you getting sued, you lost every penny, every penny. I mean, that is every penny and then some. That is being pushed into $101 million of debt. Like that is you have to hire lawyers and shit. Like that is a new level of your life is ruined. So I could understand Erica being on a high dose of antidepressant because that bitch might have been trying to jump. I could get that because then too, you're also painted as a criminal and you're like, I may not care about the victims, but I didn't steal from them, which are two different things.
Hmm. It's really sad as a psychiatric nurse for her to bring up the antidepressants, um, and then the alcohol. It was a really a cop out for me. You know, it was
Me too.
it was a cop out. I hated that. I hated it, and I'm telling you right now, I used to really like Karen. You know what I mean? But this season, it showed me a different Karen. You know what I mean? I'm saying, like, I think I was blinded those other seasons. This season it like woke me up.
It was definitely not her usual crowning moments. It was a real misstep because we've watched Karen grow and become so confident and have this beautiful, second act in her 50s. And then to see this and no accountability when the playbook is out there is very disheartening.
Hmm.
Oh, and she didn't even mention Ray in her rehearsed
I saw
video.
that. I thought about that. I was like, Ray. It was like a couple. Like she didn't mention Wendy. We saw that play out at the reunion, but she didn't even mention her husband, unless they cut it out. But she didn't even mention her husband.
Well, I think they might have not mentioned the husband because he wasn't there.
Hmm. But it was weird that she
Because I
mentioned
mean, if
Andy.
she was addressing all of the women because the women were there, why would she address Ray when Ray wasn't going to be on camera?
That's true. At the reunion. I get it. I get that. At the reunion. But you know what was weird? She mentioned Andy, and it was like Andy was shocked when she mentioned him. as if like I know she mentioned the part about the grand dame and he's the one that started the grand dame, but it's like when she mentioned him, like as if he was kind of supportive, it was like he was shocked.
He was shocked. I think that's her trying to save her job.
I agree. Agreed.
But I think that this is like people keep saying, like, oh, Luann was able to come back. Luann was able to come back. That was a different era. I think as we move forward and learn, like, also Luann ain't on the show no more.
Mm. Hmm.
So we can say Luann came back. Yep, Luann came back, but then they ushered her ass on out again. And they had Luann back for another show, and she stopped drinking now. That's another thing. Like Luann came back, but Luann also got really serious about her sobriety.
But wouldn't you agree that it's like the network promotes drinking? It's like every time
Yes.
they have something, there's always liquor involved. And it's like they almost put that out there. So that thing so to me, I'm not saying someone shouldn't stop drinking, but it's almost a part of their job. If you
Well,
look at Married to Medicine,
it
right?
is interesting because Erica famously came on the show and did not drink her first year.
Hmm.
So we've seen it done where people have come on the show and not drank. And she was great her first season, but she knew she's like, do not drink on camera that first season. You will get too loose. You will you'll already be feeling yourself because of the camera. And she was right. Lou was only sober for 2 seasons after. Yep. And then the show was off.
Yeah.
And then they rebooted New York into the garbage it is today.
Hmm. But they're gonna always have some alcohol there. I don't care if it's the Real Housewives or whatever, or Married to whatever. There's gonna be alcohol involved. So it's like so I didn't fault Karen for like having that problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm a psych nurse. I deal with alcohol. People with substance abuse. It was the denying it. Like if you have a problem and now, okay, my goodness, you had a car accident and this is what was behind it. Why not just own up to it, right? She's the quote unquote grand dame. She's the matriarch. I can't say matriarch. She's the older one of the group. Come on, just own it. Look, I would. You know what? I apologize. I was lit up. I should have taken a cab. I should have taken an Uber. I should have got Blue Eyes to come pick me up. Um, whatever. My driver. Just own it. It was the games that was played during the season.
Mm.
There was
And
there
that,
was a lot.
and that makes you unlikable. It definitely it was a lot this season. Also, you know what was a lot? Giselle not doing anything. I think we now see Giselle is not interesting without, Rob.
Robin. Ro- Rob.
She's always got to have a minion.
Let me ask you this though. This is what I wanted to know because I know I've gotten your take on the whole thing. Like I've been following you for years. Okay, so why do you think that Giselle made amends with Wendy?
Oh, because she wants to be able to do things after this. Because that colorism allegation was starting to really grow legs.
Mhm.
And she realizes I'm gonna have to do something after this show. So I think it's that she wants to be able to stay in the Bravo family. Because remember, she did have she's one of Bravo's darlings, where they put her on I think 2 episodes of Girls Trip but I know that they're using her for this new Love Hotel show. So, like, even when she gets off of Housewives, they're still going to use her because during the pandemic, remember that show that Portia had with the white woman? And
Yes.
then the white woman got kicked off, and it was all black women doing the hot topics during the panini.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jazelle got picked for that. And so I think ever since then she realized like, oh, okay, I have a home here. You know, they really like me and the audience I bring in, and I'm polarizing and people love to hate me. But if I, stick around with this colorism accusation, Bravo's gonna drop me. So I think it's PR. I truly think it's PR. I think with Wendy, she was willing to make up with Jazelle because Wendy wants to be seen as a team player and wants to keep going on the show.
Yes.
And
Right.
also, like, she had such an unfair shake. It's like she has to be seen as likable now because she didn't get a
Th-
fair chance.
exact. Right. Exactly. I agree. I do agree. But I also look at it like Giselle Giselle is making nice this season. She made nice this season because Robin wasn't there. So she didn't have a buddy, right? They were bullies. To me, I looked at them as bullies the entire time, and they fed off of each other. So now that Robin wasn't there, it's like, oh my goodness, like who's gonna be my like my little partner in crime, or who was she gonna have to, I don't know, to be her little wingman or just be friendly with, for because she had made, like, she had ticked everybody, a lot of people off, right? And
Yes.
she made amends with, guess what? Wendy, okay, who she couldn't stand from the. So let's just say Candace had been there, she probably would have tried to make amends with Candace, but Candace wasn't there. But then Wendy was there. She made amends with Candace, and then
Well,
you
here's the
know,
thing. Candace wouldn't have
mhm,
let her.
I
Wendy,
agree. Oh, I agree.
Wendy was willing because you see, Candace. Because the thing is, Giselle also, why Giselle played nice. Giselle went too far with Chris.
Yes,
And the thing is, we all like Chris. Chris is a
yes.
good, like, rarely is a husband a good dude. And we are happy to see a black woman with a good dude. Don't matter the fucking race.
The
He
color.
can cook.
Exactly.
He can cook, and and we can tell she is a lot, and he can
Yes.
handle her. And so all we can be is
Thank
happy.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so for Giselle to overstep and try to paint that man as, trying to be untoward to her or anything like that, and knowing how that reputation can stick and that
Mhm.
can really harm his opportunity, that was just so foul to hurt a black family like that. That was so foul, so jealous, and so low. A lot of
Yeah.
people like that did it for a lot of people with Giselle.
Oh,
And that made them
absolutely.
believe the colorism.
Mhm. Absolutely. So Candace wouldn't have let it happen, right? Candace would have been like, look, don't come up in my face trying to
Mm.
apologize because your buddy isn't here. Candace would have done that, okay? Because me and Candace used to, before she got real big and we were on social media, I would like be in the comments and DMs and stuff like that. But with Wendy coming along, right? Giselle could never stand Wendy. She never liked Wendy, right? But now all of a sudden it's like, okay, she has space for her to make amends. Then with Karen, anytime Karen had anything bad going on, Giselle would be the first one to like make a dig at her. But this season, it's like she was her ride or die almost.
I mean,
I
I always like I've never thought of Wendy as unlikable or difficult to get along with. Like
No,
Wendy
Wendy
makes
is cool. No,
girls
Wendy's cool.
have friends. Like she seems like a friendly person. Like you could go to lunch with her and she'd find something interesting to talk about.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I get a sense of jealousy from Giselle about Wendy's accomplishments.
Absolutely. But you got to understand, think about this though, Alexander. Okay. Giselle was jealous of, oh, what was the other girl name that left? was married to the football player Monique. She
Monique.
was jealous. She was jealous of Monique when Monique said she had. I have more than one
Oh,
house. Okay, she was jealous of her. She was jealous of Candace. Okay, because Candace's mom, innocent, spoiled her, right? In the beginning,
mhm.
and then she has a husband, and he is like we say, we like Chris. Everybody like Chris. I like Chris. Okay, okay. And then she was jealous of Wendy because Wendy was so accomplished and she had, her degrees. And then Wendy didn't mind rubbing it in their faces, right? So to me, she's a very jealous hearted, envious person. And I feel like she's jealous of Karen as well because Karen has a husband. Karen life may be she got some issues, but I feel like Giselle really wants someone that loves and cares about her. And I feel like she's jealous of Karen as well. But like, she would make fun of Karen. This season, she did not do that. She was ride or die for Karen. I haven't seen that from Giselle since probably 4 or 5 seasons ago, right? It was always shots at her, digs at her, arguments with her. But this season, it was like, oh, Karen, oh, I got her back. Oh, no, you got to understand, Karen is going through this. And it's like, why? And that's because I feel like Rob wasn't there.
Yeah, I feel like it was Rob wasn't there, and she's trying to be likable again.
That part, I agree. I do agree with that. But
I
that's still malicious for me. To me, it's not. It's fake.
100%. Well, the thing is, she is so deep in damage control at this point. Giselle isn't making nice with Mia. I think she know Mia is bad for the show.
Oh my God.
Mia is like me, like this. The
Mm,
lie, like it's okay to have something of a messy life storyline, but the way you were lying on Gordon, the way you were lying,
okay.
about paternity and things like that, it makes you look like an irresponsible parent. Like that,
Okay.
like the lies just it's like, okay, you don't know where your kids are and you're not going to immediately check on them. Like that's weird. It's like the lies that you're telling are weird. And so I really think her, Ink, and Gordon all came up with this to have this, love and hip hop plot line to keep them on the show because it's a gravy train. I'm sure Ink was getting a fee.
So, do you think that Gordon was in on this?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Are
okay.
you like
Oh,
okay? I want to ask you,
mhm.
what would you be willing to do to retire for
In this,
real?
okay, okay. Let me ask you this though, Alexandra. In the situation that they were in, where things were crumbling down, or in just a regular situation where it's like, okay, I'm tired of working and I want to retire.
I would say I think I think they came on with this plan
Okay.
because producers like they will get your storyline for this season and for next season. So I think they knew about Ink
Okay.
when she came on because they interviewed Jacqueline. I think that she told them what to tell them. Um,
Hmm.
I think that well, think about this show. This show is an extra when you start. They say you don't make that money your first, 2 seasons, but once you're on your third season, that's an extra 300 to 400,000 a year just for the salary. We're not talking about your Instagram money, and your
Oh,
Instagram money is frightening.
oh yeah. Okay.
So would I get on and lie with Chris for 300? Yes. Yes,
Okay. Oh, but
I would write
okay.
our scripts. So
Okay. So Alexander, this is the thing though. I agree with you. I do feel like this could have been the way they're moving. I do feel like this could have been staged. Okay. Because it's too convenient that this man would allow another little man come in. I hate to say little, but anyway, Ink, this guy to come in and just maneuver things. Okay, and just be all in the mix. Okay. But do you know you know who else tried to do that? Contessa and her husband. See, when you put your marriage out there like that as you know, to play these games to um I guess to make a storyline, it can backfire. And that's
I
what I feel like happened to Contessa and Scott. But
I I think their marital issues were real.
you think Contessa, okay, no, okay, yeah, they have some real issues.
I think they're
But I'm
and I
talking
think
about from the
they
very beginning.
I think that they came on the I think they came on the show like most couples do to afford their divorce. A
Oh,
divorce is expensive as hell. And I think that's why, like, you see a lot of the girls come on the show to get
mhm.
divorced so they
Oh
can
my,
have some income for themselves, so they can have something to, to leave the marriage walking into. I believe that.
oh my God. And I think that's what Simone, okay, look, I don't want to change the subject. But
Oh, I
anyway,
know, Simone. No, we can talk about it. I think that Simone and Cecil came
yes,
on to pad their account. I think a lot of people come on to pad their accounts for retirement
yes,
because they start look like you're retired. You are getting close to retirement age. You're starting to make your significant contributions. Especially
hmm,
in this economy, a lot of people are still making significant contributions to their retirement, figuring out. So I feel like a lot of people look at these shows as, oh wow, I can make an extra couple hundred thousand. I'm already living okay, and put
right.
this away. Like especially like doctors, like they're not looking for a quick come up. They're already up.
Yeah,
They already up.
exactly. Right.
But like a divorce is expensive as hell. Simone also knew like their divorce wasn't going to be painfully horribly contentious. They still like even if they divorce, they still love each other. They're still good parents. They would still be a united front
Exactly.
on that end. I think they were the most realistic where I really don't think it would have been that much fussing and arguing. It just would have been you're at the North House, he's at the South. Like y'all was already living separate.
They were already living separate. And I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something. Because I used to be on was it Twitter? The little blue bird Twitter. He
Mhm.
didn't send no more. I used to be on Twitter and with Simone and everything. And when Simone and Quad started going at it, like I was vibing with Simone, and she would be vibing with me. Like we would be interacting with each other. But I made the statement that I feel like that Simone was coming at Quad because Quad was doing something that Simone wanted to do. And that's when Quad was getting ready to divorce Dr. G. And I said, I feel like that's the contentiousness towards between them is that Simone, you gotta understand Simone is the one with the money. She would have loved to have divorced Cecil at that time. But guess what? Cecil would have gotten her for alimony. I think that youngest boy would have been still in high school, just coming out of high school, right? So Simone would have had to pay a lot of money. Do you know when I said that? And I'm just making a statement. I'm just like, I believe that Dr. Simone loves Quad, but she's jealous
Oh
because
my
Quad
God.
is do
I think you are correct, madam.
I
I
said it, but let me tell you how I know I was right is when I said it. I said I believe I said Dr. Simone loves Quad, but she's in this instance she's jealous of her because she's doing what she is not able to do in a sense is divorce her husband. And do you know Simone blocked me within
was about to,
seconds?
girl. Yeah, and she would have had to pay Cecil Kids Force.
That part. She would have had to pay him for that youngest boy because I think he was still in high school at that time, getting ready to go. And she would have had to pay him alimony because he was not like
And
working, right?
she would have paid him alimony for the rest of his
Absolutely.
life.
Because Cecil ain't finna get with nobody else. If he
Hey,
can be friends,
he was
Cecil ain't,
exactly. He was like, And the thing, women do it all the time, so what's good for the goose
Yes,
is good for the gander. Um,
absolutely.
but yeah, he would have had a friend. He would have had a friend,
That part.
and but yeah, that would have you right. I did not think about the alimony. It is
Yes.
yeah, she's stuck. It's cheaper to keep them.
That part. And now I feel like that is why they ended up working things out and now they, they playing this role and but the fact that she blocked me, it was within it, no sooner than I had enter, I was blocked. And I'm gonna tell you who else blocked me. Robin blocked me. You remember when Robin? Okay, doggone it. I'm going off topic, doggone it, Alexander. But anyway, Robin blocked me. You remember when she had that spirit medium or that fortune teller on with her husband Juan, right? With his cute self. She had that spirit medium on, and that man was telling her, "Oh, his mom approves of you," and all. It was all this positive stuff for them to get married, right?
Hmm.
I was like, she fed that man if all that information. That's how that man knew. It was a little guy, white guy that was it. He was the one. She fed him all that information. Okay, so then I was on her page, and I mean, and I had, I was in the comments, and I communicate with her, and I said it like there was no, like, she set that up because she wanted Juan to marry her. She wanted Juan to be okay with committing to her again.
Hmm.
And she gave that man all that information. And when I put that in there, guess what? I was blocked within minutes. Blocked.
Because they don't
That was
like the
fine.
truth.
No. Because my thing is, if it wasn't true, why go there? You get what I'm saying? Just listen. Say what you want to say. I don't care. Say what you want to say about me. I don't care. I'm gonna respond back. But I'm not gonna block somebody, right? But she blocked me immediately. It was so hilarious.
Jackie didn't divorce Curtis because Curtis lets Jackie cheat in peace with Simone.
Oh Lord, who said that? Oh, hold on. What?
I said it.
Oh, you added the extra Simone. Good
I
point.
added the extra. Let me throw an allegedly on that. Um, but yeah, Jackie didn't divorce. Well, Curtis has basketball money. I think Curtis, because Curtis was an NBA player. So I think he is either financially on Jackie's level or maybe even has more. They've always
Yeah.
kind of made it seem like he had more from the NBA days. But yeah, but Jackie, because of the way the money's set up, and Jackie was the higher earner for the last couple years of the marriage, he might have been able to get some money out of her ass too. Mm,
L- Let me tell you
that is
something. Let me tell
true.
you why they didn't get divorced. I'm gonna tell you why they didn't get divorced. They didn't get divorced because of Heavenly. Let me tell you something. Heavenly knew. Look. Heavenly and Jackie became compadres, whether it's real or not. They're compadres. Heavenly knew that Dr. Jackie is stronger with her husband than without him. Okay. And when all that mess happened, I'm gonna tell you something. I've been following Dr. Heavenly from the very beginning. Like, I would be in her chat. We would be chatting together when Dr. Damon and Mariah was accusing Dr. Damon and all that stuff. Let me tell you something. Heavenly fixed, helped Dr. Jackie fix that issue. And I don't believe for 1 minute that Dr. Jackie and Curtis are intimate or maybe even together. They're playing this role for this um show. I do. I feel like they're playing this role for this show. Oh, at a minimum, they sleep in separate bedrooms. Okay,
He definitely ain't around. He definitely doesn't seem around. And then when she said he was doing work in the DR, I'm like,
that part.
oh, okay. I mean, girl,
Yes,
That's just like if my husband, if I was with a man and he said he was going to do something in the DR, I would let him cheat in peace. Because the thing is, you are respectful enough to take that shit to an island out everybody's face.
Mm.
I mean, even
Well,
when they
just like
caught him
love,
cheating, he
just like
wasn't
love
like
and marriage.
out in public. He was in an airport in South Carolina minding his business. He was cheating quietly. He was respectfully cheating. That hussy was not out here like coleslaw trying to mess with her life. That was other
Oh
people in their business.
Lord. Oh my
So
God.
I feel like Jack, I feel like if nobody had known about it, Jack wouldn't have given a shit.
Well, had they not said anything about it, Jackie wouldn't have cared. You know, Jackie has a lot of pride. And you are absolutely right. Had nobody ever spotted them, you know what I mean, brought it to the forefront. Look, I believe Jack. Listen, I don't know. I'm not gonna say nothing about Jackie. And I believe, as we get older as women, okay, sometimes we just can be settled, right? And it's like we're settled. And I believe that had it been respectful and not in the forefront, she would have just no one would have ever known about it, Alexander. Okay?
Exactly. I don't think anybody would have known. I don't think
No.
anybody would have cared. I
Would have
think
even
Jack
cared.
is, as long as I don't know about it, it don't exist to me. How can I get upset about something I don't know?
Exactly. That woman put everything in her job. She wanted a child. The man didn't want her adopted, didn't want her whatever. She checked out. She checked out years ago.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like how her like and that's a tough one because I understand him saying you are a two-time cancer survivor. You ain't about to leave me here with two kids. The fuck. I can
Mm-hmm.
get I can get him saying you are a health risk. It is unfair. It is sad. I'm not agreeing with God's choice, but it's a fact. And I could see, then you could see the fear in his face where it's like, if something else happens, then I got to raise these kids too. I'm not, I'm telling you right now, I'm not prepared to do that.
Yes. But to me, I look at it like look, I would have gotten enough life insurance on her and that I probably would have been able to pay somebody to take care of those kids after she left. I don't know. I feel like she gave up after he said no.
Well,
And
when
this
your
is the thing.
partner says no, like, well, also though, he said, "Are you going to stop doctoring enough to
Oh, you're
actually
right.
raise these
You're
kids?"
right.
And
You are
she
right.
is like, because also, if you really wanted to have them kids, put the stethoscope down. You got enough money. You have enough. You
Hmm.
got stay-at-home mom money. Put that stethoscope, put it down, put it down, put down that speculum and get out them stirrups and
Yeah.
raise these if you want to do it. And then also, these are older people. I am
Yeah.
42. The thought of a from scratch baby, oh baby, now that's a nightmare.
Yeah. Well,
That
I'm
is a
I'm four, I'm
nightmare.
48, so I can't even imagine. I'm sorry.
From scratch baby,
Not from a scratch. Not from scratch,
from
baby.
scratch, and she wanted one of them from scratch babies. Now I could see maybe in my 50s getting something half done where it's more of a like it's not from scratch, like you could just heat and eat.
Oh Lord Jesus.
You could just like they already kind of high school age, like basically I'm just here to pay for college.
Yes. Yes, almost like a what, a not foster type of situation or
Mhm.
adoption type of situation, big brother, big sister type of situation.
Exactly. You're
Yeah,
you're old enough where you're not looking for a parent, more for a guy,
right. Yes.
15 and up, 15
Yep.
and up, where it's like, I can tell you about life and the new things that you're going to, but not from scratch.
Absolutely.
And then too, that's something that that age in my life would be much more appropriate than being, than looking, because they looking at 60. They looking
Mhm.
real close at 60. And a from scratch baby at that age, like
Yes.
unless you can guarantee you gonna make it until 90, that's not fair to the kid to, be dead at the graduation.
Well, and it's not fair too, as well. Like you said, he kept telling her, slow down with the work, right? Slow down, spend more
Yes.
time at home. He kept telling her. And I remember at their reunion, she said, well, if Curtis finds somebody that makes him happy, I want him to be happy. She said that at their reunion before he got caught cheating.
Mm.
She said it was as if to say, I don't want him holding his life back because of me. I want him to be happy. I remember that. And I'm thinking, girl, what are you saying? Like, are
And the
you
thing is,
like,
like, with like we see this with men all the time where a woman will say, like, look, I feel alone in the marriage. I know you're not cheating on me, but this job is taking you away. And eventually the women leave. So when he cheated, I was like, I am not surprised. Like, I'm not
I was,
condoning
yes,
bad
right.
behavior, but you can't expect to mistreat someone and abandon them and making somebody feel alone in a marriage. Girl, they gonna cheat or they gonna leave you, or a mix of the two.
Or they're gonna or they're gonna get on YouTube and and just or get a hobby and do something, and then all of a sudden that person gonna be ignored. You're gonna find something to do. That person is gonna find something to do. And if it's in there, if it's intimacy that they crave, they're gonna find someone to be intimate with, right? Whether they care for 'em or not. If it's just excitement that they crave, they're gonna go out and find something that's exciting for them, right?
Hmm.
I get it. You can't a a person can't be left with nothing. And that woman put everything into her job. I won't take that away from her. She's very dedicated. And I understand. She can't have a child. She don't have children. That's something she longed for. So what she did, she put her all into her job instead of, I feel, putting it into her marriage 50-50, her job and her marriage, right? And
And
then
then as he slowed down with his career and wants to enjoy his golden years more, you're gearing up more, and now you're not just working as a doctor, but you're a reality star.
right, right. So I mean, it's the classical husband and wife scenario. Most women, as they get into their senior years, they gear up, right? They go through menopause. I mean, they gear up. So if they can't produce or whatever, if the sex isn't there, they're going to put that into something, right? Productive. Most men, as they get up in age, once they pass the what they call the phase where the men go through. Anyway, they sowing their roy oats, but once they get past that phase, they want to settle down. They kind of want to sit on the porch, go fishing. You know what I mean? Hold hands, um, bond. Just
You
kind
want
of,
something real. You want
yes. You
something
kind of
real. Like
you want,
you're
yes,
you're over going out, you're over hunting for the new thing. You want
yes,
to be settled and have a real life, have your own little bubble in the world.
yes. I know this is true. See it all the time. The women gear up because you know what they've done all their lives. Let's just say if you had kids, you are busy raising your kids. You're busy working. You're busy taking care of household. Then your kids grow up, go off, and now it's, oh my goodness, like I don't have the kids. And then you put your all into, just say, your job or your career or some education, getting more education or whatever. And that
Oh,
man, uh-huh,
well, you know what I love? I love we can take this to this is so beautiful. This is so divine. We can take this to another set of housewives, Beverly Hills. And I hope that they explore more this season Garcelle and Kyle going through
Mm,
that, where they are women of a certain age who, Garcelle's marriage ended earlier. Kyle's marriage is ending now. Kyle also is like being open and saying, I may be a late in life lesbian. Maybe a late in
oh,
life lesbian. Who
yep.
knew? Who knew? And sometimes late in life lesbian will knock you upside the head where you had no idea it was coming.
Really? Kyle Rich, her last name Rich. What is
Richard.
Kyle?
Well, no, her
Yes.
last name is
Ah,
Humansky because Mauricio's last name is Humansky.
yes. But oh my God. Okay, okay. See, my mama. Okay, my mama is into that one. But Giselle, oh gosh,
Or Garcelle.
Garcia, Lord Jesus,
But
oh God.
but I love that Garcelle has like opened up and she's like, my kids are getting ready to go to college. I have a career and I'm happy, but there is like a what's
Mhm.
next or what is this phase? What does one do? Like these are things that life does not prepare you for. Life like prepares everybody for kids, whether whether they're going to have them or not. Life does not really prepare you for, like, for me, 40s without kids. Like, it is really interesting to be 42 and not have children because it's like, what am I doing? Am I
Oh, I don't
enjoying it?
know.
Well, I can't say I'm not enjoying my life. I am enjoying my life, but
Mhm.
the
I
world
feel
is
like people can
up
make a
for
difference in different ways.
There are, but I will say the world is very set up for that type of family unit. So when you don't have that type of family unit, there's now a new set of questions of, okay, well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? What steps need to be taken? What like definitely like what extra things need to be done? Like even though I'm one person, I still have to make as much as two people.
I get that, but that's having a mate. That's like having a partner or mate, right? Or a roommate. Okay.
But if you don't have a partner, then it's like, okay, well, like my living situation because of like cost, it's like, okay, where am I going to live and how am I going to live? Because I'm just one, but everything is set up for two. Everything is kind of charged for two. Like I go on vacation, if I want to take a cruise, I have to pay for two people, even though it's just me.
I know that I know that. But let me tell you this. Can you imagine having to deal with that and it's you and like a kid or you and a child, or
No,
you you get know what I'm saying? And so this is okay, so people that have that life can say, "Oh, don't, Alexandra, don't worry about that. You're in a good situation. Oh, I wish I was in your situation." Because they're living that life. And I get your concerns with that life because it's just you, right? But I'm gonna say this. If I was 20 years old, I have two sons, and they are one. I have a bonus child. He's my husband's son. He's a stepson, and I have my own son. He's 23. So my kid, 23 and 26, they're wonderful boys. I love them to death. But let's just say if I was in my 20s and I had to do everything all over again, I not that everything was hard. I don't regret my life, but there's an extra amount of worry that goes with having children. It's an extra pressure. Like my sons are in their 20s, and when they leave, when I don't when my son goes off, right, to work, or he's a little bit late, there's an extra pressure in my chest, right? I know it's taking some years off my life or some minutes off my life. I don't
worrying
know,
about
Alexander. I just feel like if that's something that you've ever longed for, then by all means, you're a man. Listen, y'all can have kids all the way up until y'all in y'all 80s. Okay. It's men that haven't had kids today, 70s and 80s. If you wanted to adopt, you could
I,
always adopt,
I mean, yeah,
right?
but I have to think about the kid's life as well. Like my life right now is not suited for a child.
Right. So what I did, what I did, there's a guy named Kevin Samuels. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, right? And
Oh yeah.
I heard, okay, I've heard of Kevin Samuels, right? I got me a miniature Australian Shepherd, and he's about 3 years old now, and I'm married. I'm married, and I have one son still live at home, but he's in his 20s, but he has his own life. You know what? I have a miniature Australian Shepherd at the end of the day. Okay, there you go, your baby.
I
I
do have Bronx as my baby.
that's
I will
listen.
say I enjoy at 42, I enjoy having a dog and being single. Like, I don't want children. I do think I want the husband. I do think I want a husband, but I
And
don't
it's never too late for that. And it's never too late for that. Okay. My thing is, I'm a psych nurse. I'm a nurse. I've done a whole lot of nursing, but I love psychiatric. And I deal with adolescents, I deal with kids. There are a lot of mental illness in that population. So my thing, that so if you ever wanted to adopt, you got that option. But you don't ever give up on love now. Come on now. Don't ever give up on finding someone and love. At the end of the day, that dog gonna always I know that sounds crazy. But I love my dog. I love my dog is gonna be there for me.
the older I get, the more I think about, do I actually have to get married? And that really, it becomes a financial question. And it's, can I be successful enough on my own to not need to be married?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on. Okay.
Because
Okay,
that's
so
a
hold
tall
on. Let me answer that. I'm gonna answer this for you real quick. But I want to address the chat because they've been commenting, right? Somebody say I'm thinking about selling down, right? These eggs may be oh Lord, these eggs may be scrambled though. Gotta make an omelet. Oh my Lord. Listen, it's never too late. I keep saying it, y'all. I'm 47 and don't have kids. So starting this late is not an option. I don't know, y'all. I do believe in like adoption or big brother, little brother type of programs or stuff like that, right? But Alexander, your personality, this is the thing. You got to understand what you have going on. I don't understand why you feel like you would need somebody else. You wouldn't need anybody else, right? It would just be a want. I would feel look from the outside
no,
looking in.
no, when you really look at, I will say I have been looking at recently the cost of being single.
Oh, oh
And
Lord.
hmm?
Yes, I get it. I get it.
And it is the cost of being single versus, like, there's a lot of extra that
I
goes
agree.
into
I
it.
believe it. Mhm.
It's a lot, like living single and living single well. So and I'm not saying that I can't, it's just like there are levels. There are also levels into, like, okay, what type of effort am I going to put into it? Like, am I going to be single and fabulous in San Francisco, or single and fabulous in Philadelphia, or single and fabulous in Panama?
Mhm. But you gotta understand with the relationship comes a lot of issues and problems sometimes. Um, is your peace like are you at peace right now? Right? You may not be able to go.
Another thing, I do not like, I think that there are relationship people, and I think that there are single people. I think that some people are happiest when they are single, and I think some people are more at peace when they're in relationships. Because there's like it's always a different set of problems. When you're with
Hmm.
someone, you have to worry about them. But when you're alone, you have to worry about being alone. And being alone is cute when you're
Hmm.
rich and healthy. But remember, like always having that in your mind. Being single is only cute when you're rich and you're healthy. That
You
is the
think so?
only time it is cute. It gets really ugly really quickly the second one of those things goes away.
Oh my goodness, Alexander, you need to come over to and talk to some of the women there because a lot of times, sometimes women feel like they don't need men. They feel like they're, I, I guess,
No,
because they
I am
have
not like
jobs.
that's not my ministry or my conversation to be telling women what to do. They will
Oh,
figure
oh,
it out on their own. I'm talking about
but
me. I'm
and they
talking
gonna have to, but that's the thing. They don't have anything to know. Nobody's gonna tell them the
also
truth.
like
But this is the thing: if you have a job, right, you have insurance, and okay, you have a job, right, you have insurance. That's a little bit of security. And I'm not talking against getting with someone, right? Because you can find somebody, your personality, you can find somebody. I don't know what's holding you up or what's holding you
I have high standards.
back.
I have high standards. I'll tell you this. I dated someone that really set the bar high, and thank God. Thank God. So I like once you've had someone treat you well, you're not going to bullshit and you know what people are capable of. So I know half stepping when I see it.
Right. I got you.
Um
I got you on that. Yes. Don't ever settle for it. You have standards, you have boundaries. Don't ever go beyond those. But you got some people that are like, oh, they have to make six figures. They have to be 6 feet and they have to do this. It's all these talking points. If you can budge a little bit on that, you don't think you can, because it's two, sometimes if you get along, it is better than one when it comes
I mean,
financially. I get what you're saying.
I'm sure I will find someone that will buy me a plane.
A what? A plane.
A plane.
What?
Sure, I will find someone that will buy me. It's like they'll just say something like that and I'll know they're the one.
You need to
Like,
go. You need to get with Quad,
oh no,
and you
I
need to see if Quad. You need to see if Quad husband, I mean boyfriend, got any brothers.
I wouldn't. Oh Lord, one, I would never date anyone in the state of Georgia, just because of the way Georgia puts out your business. No. And then quads people, I don't try. Like, no, 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 no. I don't want anything to do with quad. Nope, 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 nope. I'm happy for her, but I wouldn't. I don't trust that man. I don't trust anything that comes out of Atlanta.
You don't trust him? Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
I'm sorry. Wait. A fine heterosexual man in Atlanta. What's
Okay. So
wrong?
so hold on. I know you and Dr. Heavenly paired up. I mean, y'all did
Mhm.
thing together. She know doctors. Dr. Damon know doctor. Come on, Alexander.
Beavers, I don't care what degree you have. If you live in Fulton County,
Oh
to
my
me,
God.
there's a level of I'm sure you have. All people with degrees ain't smart.
That's
And
true.
I'm sorry, you live in the state of there's just I live and let live. I live and let live. They want to live in Georgia. Let them live in Georgia. I'm not going there. I'm not messing with that. I'm
You
not
don't
messing.
want to know
I
Georgia
don't
because that's
approve.
what
I don't approve.
that is. I'm
Like
not.
I really like I would never date anyone that bought property in Georgia. I would be like, "What?" Like, there are just so many other places. Like, no, no, because it would be like Cecil Kids Force Whitmore. The entire marriage is going to be me stopping you from making poor financial choices.
But if he's a doctor, a dentist, or you get what he's a doctor or dentist.
I
You
don't
wouldn't.
want to date. I also would I want to date a dentist. I don't want to date anything out of Atlanta. Like, I don't want anything
Okay,
with
it's
that Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
It's
Georgia,
Atlanta.
like really, like it just. Mm-mm. I don't think it would mesh with me.
Okay.
You
Okay.
got
Because
your
I'm gonna
side
tell
eye
you,
on
you gotta.
too. You see, smell a scammer. I smell a scammer, and
Oh, they
also,
talking about with
like,
Quad's boyfriend.
yes.
Oh
Also, I will say, like
my.
what good man? Name
Miss
me one
Mika.
good man that's come out of Atlanta.
Well, this is the thing.
Hmm.
It does seem too good to be true. It does. I'm not saying he's not authentic. I'm not gonna judge him. But it
I'm
does seem a little bit too good to be true, especially
too
with the
good
whole
to be. Like,
with
I don't
the
believe this
yeah.
guy exists. I think that Quad wrote him. I think that he's an aspiring actor and can play the role.
Oh my goodness.
I think he's an aspiring actor and can play the role. But I like
It was a little too perfect with him buying her the car. I mean getting her the car.
y'all
And
ain't even married
then
and he's spending 200 and he just has a quarter of a million lying around like all these other Atlanta men. I don't buy it. And we don't really know what you do. You don't have any business. Sounds like Quad set his business up.
oh my well, the only reason why I'm for it is because I just know, why they set up Dr. G and that and what's the girl name? Sweet Tea they call her. The only reason why I'm kind of for it is because I know why they brought them on. It was to kind of mock Quad. So, but it does seem a little too good to be true. But my thing is, when people have connections, right? And the only reason why I brought up Heavenly is because I know she calls herself a relationship expert, and she would love to be known to set somebody up and the marriage work, the relationship work. And so I know she wouldn't put anybody with somebody that's garbage. Okay.
I, I trust Heavenly's dental work. I will trust that. I will trust her dental work. But you have been in I will say, and this is the nicest way I can do this. So Heavenly, and I actually really do fuck with her. Like, she is a really
I
nice
love Heavenly. I'm gonna say she my
in
favorite
real life,
reality star. I'm just sorry. I
because a certain person tried to mess our show up and she didn't allow that to happen.
wow.
She had integrity. But yeah, somebody tried to, but anyway, we don't even gonna get into that. But I feel like Heavenly has been married for so long. Girl, you can't give relationship advice. You can give marriage and senior marriage advice. But like the newness of relationships and being in a relationship in today's world, girl, you don't know anything about that because you've been married for damn near 30 years. You've been married longer than most of us have been alive.
Yeah,
So
it is
you
different though.
become such y'all are such a family unit. You've forgotten what a relationship is when you still have very much your own life and you're starting to blend. And you don't know how it is to do that with cell phones.
I I don't know, but there's still some fundamental, like foundational things that will never change, even though time may change and situation may change, but there are still some little core things that are there. And this is why I say that I feel like if she ever started like some type of dating show, right, where she vetted, where she I feel I don't even want to put this out there because I don't want nobody stealing my idea. But anyway, I feel like Dr. Heaven could find you somebody good, but you don't want nobody in Atlanta.
No,
So
Dr. Heavenly
that's
couldn't
it. It's
find
over.
me shit.
Oh,
She can
oh
know she
no.
I will go to her for some dental work. I would go to her for dental work. I trust her for dental work. She knows teeth. She knows teeth. but she doesn't eat like we've never met in person.
Yeah,
So already she wouldn't know what to pick for me because we've never met in person.
but that's the thing, though, Alexander. If y'all would meet, of course, y'all would meet before this, right? And I
Yeah,
feel like she, like, literally, I feel like she could do it for you. But this the thing, you don't want nobody in Atlanta, so we could even, or Georgia. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna
I
tell you
think
right now.
Emily would be well-meaning, and I would trust her to help me pick out a veneer. But I would not like. I'm sorry because this is the same woman that beat Simone back into her marriage with Cecil, and I think Simone should have paid Cecil to go away so she could be a free lesbian.
No, 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 no,
But
no.
Heavenly
I,
also,
I believe. No, think about
Simone
how it
can be a
benefits them.
free lesbian. And then
Simone,
the thing is, Jackie would have got divorced and been a free lesbian.
think
Those they
about
need
this.
to free the clitoris.
No, 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 no. They're probably both still free and doing what they want to do, free la la, but yet they're still making money on the side because they're presenting as if they're married. I don't for one second believe that either one of them are into their husbands. I don't.
I
I'm not gonna lie.
mean, for real.
I'm
For
not gonna
real.
lie.
We know y'all click and clack.
I'm not gonna lie, Alexander. This is what these people do.
I
Other
mean, you
people
would
do.
think, girl, I mean, I would be quicker to sleep with their husbands than they is. And you know,
This
I ain't getting in that bed.
this
I'm
is
not
what I'm
getting in
saying.
that Craftmatic adjustable. I'm not
I'm
getting in
saying
that Craftmatic adjustable.
they
Nah.
are playing the game. Literally, listen. If you even listen to what Heavenly has said, um, I'm not gonna even go into that because that's my girl. I don't even want to go to that about her and Dr. Damon. But that man, they sometimes when you get to a certain point, you're coexisting together, right? You're coexisting,
Letting him
and
cheat in peace.
that part, exact, and see, that is what I feel like Melanie wanted with Martell. Like, listen, just be respectful. Just look, if you're gonna do what you're gonna do, we can build this empire. Just do it without making me look crazy in public, right? It's a way to
Was
do
not
it. I'm not saying it's right at all, at all.
I
I'm
can't
just
understand that marriage.
oh,
And here is why I do not possess
mhm.
the level of cognitive dissonance that Mel had. I don't know. Like, I'm like, you really like, you believed he stopped sleeping with her? How many times can you believe the same lie? Like, y'all were in a thruple marriage. That was y'all's husband. Y'all's husband. Like you need, like
Alexander,
everybody needed to have on 3 rings in that thruple
exactly
ass marriage. It's like Mel, you were complicit. You
right.
were complicit in that. You were like that is the definition of do not bring up the other woman because it makes you the other woman. Let that man cheat in peace. But the fact that you brought that shit on the TV show, it's like, girl, okay, he's cheating on you. Why are you bragging about it?
Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I first started watching this show, it was right when she found out he was cheating, and then she ended up getting pregnant with
Found
the
out
last
she
child.
knew the bitch was at the wedding reception.
Oh, right. So
Found
this is the thing.
out that was
Okay,
cheap.
okay.
They all jumped that to that threshold together. He carried them
That
both over.
I believe it. I believe it. Because you know what I did, Alexandra? I went back to season one, episode one. And when I listened to season one, episode one, I said, you know what? She knew it's like she knew it's just that she wanted things to be low key about like, dude, don't go be out there. Like, chill, right? Just
And I'm sorry if you just have to let your husband get away with it. Beat her ass senseless. I would have threatened that heifer so good she would, but my husband never would have seen her again. He would have been coming to me. Where's my other bitch? I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know. I
Uh,
wonder.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And you
Yeah,
don't
it
even
was.
gotta do nothing to her. Just scare her real good. I just
Yeah,
scared
because you could tell she's a
my
little. She's a little. She's a little. Oh, I can't stand that little girl. But I really can't because to me she should know her place. You know.
exactly. But her place was right next to Mel. That's the thing. He kept putting her in her place, and her place was above Mel. And
You think her place?
I just would like, can we all just be adults? And if you're gonna share a man, come up with a schedule and stop whining to us about it.
I really feel like she overstepped it. You know, you don't be calling that woman. You don't. I don't know. I feel like she overstepped her boundaries. It was she started thinking too much of herself. That's what I feel. Right? Um she had a place. She was the side chick. And that's why Marceau and Maurice looked down on Martell because they knew, hey, we can mess with these hoes, but we ain't gonna mess up our marriages for these hoes. Like that's what they are. They hoes. The
It's like cheat with somebody else that has something to lose. Cheat with somebody else's
and
wife,
that exactly.
where you
Oh
both
yes.
gonna go to your no-tell motel, keep it quiet.
Okay, so Alexander, did you see that interview with Coleslaw? I mean Ariane, my bad. I'm sorry. And Ariane and the other girl and Martell.
No, Ariane.
Ariane, that's Martell's side chick.
Oh, okay, girl. You know what? I hadn't thought about Ariane since Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and I was thinking of Mimi's first girlfriend, Ariane.
Oh, you went way back.
I sure did. I hope she's doing well.
Okay, so I'm
Marceau
talking
and
about.
his Marceau and his hips had those women sign NDAs. No, I'll tell you, Marceau's face is an NDA because I don't know what woman is laying it low and spreading it wide for him, but I know that I respect her because she is at least embarrassed enough to keep that shit to herself.
You think Marceau is ugly?
I think okay, I don't think any human is that ugly. Let's like some are more attractive than others. It's your soul. I think he has a soiled soul. I think his misogyny should be unattractive to women. That's what I think. I
Okay,
think
you know
it's the
what?
way
Let
he
me tell you
treats
something.
people that
He is
makes the way he
very
a
misogynistic.
monster.
He is very misogynistic. Um, and to me, if he didn't let that be known before he got married, that's really sad and deceitful. But that man wants a woman who's barefooted, pregnant, and just
You know
whatever.
what I rarely hear that makes me sad about men that like talk about that like ask their wives to cook. I
Mhm.
never hear it's because the food is amazing.
Hmm.
Like that's something where it's like, oh yeah, he is going to ask her to cook because he loves her cooking. It's never that, it's much more the duty.
Yes, absolutely.
Like I want my mom to make me Easter dinner because the food is amazing.
Yes.
Like, I don't want you in the kitchen. I want the result. I want the meatloaf. Want
Hmm.
the meatloaf and the
Yes.
macaroni and cheese.
Because you know what? She made it. When she made it with love. You could tell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when somebody cook for you, they cook. No, he wants her to be in her place. Season one, episode one. He said it all. He said it. And Christy, hold on, I see it in the comments. Christy, she said Mel. Oh, Mel did bring up respect for cheating in season one, which she lied about a couple of episodes ago when Destiny said that she never said. Destiny did say she said something about respectful cheating. She did. Episode one, season one, Mel brought up respectful cheating. Okay.
I
It-
just wanted to make sure I brought out the podiatrist grooming tool. Because if we're going to talk about grooming, For Destiny, this is what she needs for grooming.
Oh, hold on, hold on.
Hummus for them heels.
Is her heels bad? Is her
We
heels
got,
bad? Her
well, no,
heels are bad? Oh,
no, I just feel like she talking about being groomed. You are a 56-year-old woman. The only thing you need for grooming is this.
did you say 56 years? Oh, Lord Jesus.
She 42, like she my age. Like you ain't we are you we can still look good, but the bloom is off the rose.
Exactly.
You ain't grooming me for shit. I'm a grown,
That's
experienced man. You either ask me, do I want the dick or not?
that's
No,
where
you
did
know,
she get grooming from? Grooming
exactly like
is like
I'm inexperienced.
exactly. Oh my
Girl, you
God.
got children. Ain't no grooming.
It's no groom. Oh, that was weird to me. Oh my goodness, that was so weird to me. And look, I make body products and stuff
They're
like
trying
that.
to
Like if we
groom
want to talk about grooming, I
children.
can hook her up. I can hook her up. But come on now.
Trying to groom
I
poor
was like, she's young, like she's too old
to
for.
be groomed. Yeah, thank you. Old and experienced.
I'm gonna tell you
Oh,
right
you
now, if
ain't
I
no
was Melanie,
old
I
Mormon
sue her.
that just came out of the convent. You are old and experienced. You've been around the block and been around it. You didn't spend the block so many times, you're spending kids on the block now.
Okay, so she needs. Oh my God, Destiny. But Christy says Destiny brought up the limo situation at the reunion that happened a few seasons ago, which Mel didn't deny. What y'all think? See, I keep watching that episode and I keep missing that part. I have ADHD, but I've heard other content creators talk about it, and my whole thing is, um, it was with her husband. That's the way I feel about it. Is this? It was with her husband. Like I don't understand why Destiny even brought that up. Um, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't her business. You know, to me, there are certain things I'm not gonna do in front of people with my husband. I'm not gonna do that. But that's her. That was Martell and Melanie were married. What it did was it proved that Martell was lying when he said she wouldn't
She
do
never
certain
did.
things. And to me, everybody else that was around at that time should have said, "Well, I mean, my guy." No, I mean, not to out everything, but to be like, no, I don't. I think you're lying, Martell, because we seem different.
Do I think Mel pulled it? I think that there's a lot of ways for saying something to be true. So I feel like the fact that she didn't deny it doesn't make it true, because what gives a story legs? Strong denial. I think she's like, okay, you gonna say something that's crazy, that's outlandish. I'm just going to nod and not deny, not give it. She's not giving the story breath. I think there's a difference between an agreement or denial, and I'm not addressing it. I'm not giving it breath. I'm going to, she kept her face stoic and straightforward. Like, I'm not even going to react to that. So if she's not reacting to it, neither will I. I honestly, I am at the juncture of she's left the show. We have beat
Mhm.
her marriage to Martell into the ground, through the core of the earth, and out the other side. We have made it
Mhm.
to Beijing.
Mhm.
And now we are going to party with our Chinese brothers and sisters because we made it just in time for Lunar New Year celebrations. Yes, we did. It's all week long. It's fabulous. So that's where I am. I am
I
in
bet you.
Beijing celebrating Lunar New Year. I'm having a Lunar New Year cake, and we're done. We like there's nothing. Do you care about Kimmy
What? Oh, wait. Okay, so
and
uh,
Maurice?
Alexander Kimmy was my favorite. All these seasons, she was my favorite until this season. I saw where it's almost as if she took an alliance with her sister-in-law. Okay, it was Kimmy used to be very like she would stand firm when it came to those Scots, and she even said that she would never even be friends with Tisha if it weren't for the fact that she was her
Yes.
sister-in-law.
And that
Okay,
killed her because Tisha just wants some friends so damn bad. The
so
Espos.
bad. Well, I
Oh,
think
and
she
shout out
wants people to
to
agree with her. She wants people to agree with her.
Ryan.
That's what she wants. Hold on one second.
Ooh, I did such a good shoulder workout, but now I am sore. But it's a good sore. It's a I'll look good
Yeah,
tonight
she.
for the husband
Oh,
this summer sore.
I'm sorry. She she wants someone to agree with her and be on her side and be on her team. It's like she's still, she in that to me, I don't know. It's immature for me. But this season, it's like Kimmy was a different person. And I feel like that Kimmy and Maurice have an agreement. I believe that Kimmy knows that Maurice is out there through la la and doing what he do. I believe that Kimmy probably knew where he was that night. That he was he got pulled over or whatever. I really do because she's gotten older. That's the lifestyle that they met each other. They met each other doing that stuff. I believe they all swingers. I ain't gonna lie. I believe they all swing and do that nasty stuff. I mean that stuff. Okay. And
Swing. I mean, I would say I don't know, like swinging. That means everybody's involved. I think the husband. Well, no, now hold on.
Mhm,
Now that I think
mhm.
about it, I could see Kimmy swinging
Yes, let's just I had to go back and just pay
because that
attention,
first
right?
season when she had on that lingerie, she was not afraid to jump in that lingerie first episode.
It's just like I said, I've been going back and watching other episodes, and I feel like they have agreements, and I feel like be for the sake of their family and their reputation, they don't really want people to know, and they're getting irritated because people are keep questioning and asking. Okay, and they don't have just be honest. My whole thing is just say, hey, we have an open marriage. Point blank period. I'm getting older. He still wants to be out late at night. He still has to want to have sex 2, 3 times a day. I can't keep up. That's what we were doing before, and that's what we still doing. And so that's our marriage. And I feel like they should just be honest. But I think that they're just trying to kind of save face. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's
And honestly, I think that is going to be the new, like people say, oh, reality is dead. I don't think reality is dead. I think that for the past 15 years, well, darn near eight, really 20, we have gotten to see the American marriage. And we've gotten to
hmm
see it in black, in white, in Latino, in eight. We've gotten to see it from all walk. We've gotten to see it rich. We've gotten to see it
hmm
poor. We've gotten to see it Real Housewife. We've gotten to see it Love and Hip Hop. And I think the next frontier is going to be the open marriage.
I
And
think
I
it's
think,
already here.
well, no, I think the new thing is going to be, I think that reality, like casting, because think about
Okay.
it, like because
Okay.
casting is making a lot of these decisions. The networks are making a lot of these decisions. Like T.S. Madison said, like, why am I not on Housewives? I'm a rich
hmm
black woman. I can read.
Okay.
I have a lot going on. It's like the only thing is they feel because I'm trans, it would be a statement or words to that effect when it's I'm just another woman, reading and shopping and doing the same things that they're all doing.
But
So
my
it
whole thing is that would be even. I mean, that would be like if that will bring more views and whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like it would
true.
be to me. It would be any different than Quad being on there and not having a husband,
Exactly.
or you get what I'm saying? I'm
And
just
not
saying,
having I love it. And not having a
or
husband.
Phaedra,
So,
or
but
Phaedra,
so I think that that casting would have to present these, open marriages as very matter of fact. And, everybody is very happy, very equal, and very much like, oh yeah, this is de rigueur. We've been doing this forever. This is what works for us. And this is what brings everybody peace. And this way, and then two, also, it will eliminate the drama of the other person and the other woman because now you're like, oh shit, I can't say her husband's cheating on her
right?
because she sent him out.
Exactly. But this is the thing. I feel like it's not even so much of the network; it's their families. It is, the community
Oh
that looks
yeah,
down
that's
on that.
yes, that's very, very true. Even if the
Yeah.
family knows and doesn't care, it's still we keeping
Hmm.
this in house because people will be judgmental.
Absolutely. That's the thing. They feel you got to understand. Kimmy is a registered nurse. Um, I don't know if she's still practicing as a nurse. Whatever. Maurice is what is he? A attorney, whatever. So I don't know. I just feel like if they're gonna be in the spotlight like this, and I'm not saying I agree. I don't agree. Like I feel like I believe in monotony. Okay, I was raised old school, but my thing is this: you got to live your life, and this is the thing. If you're gonna be in reality TV, be real. If this is how you live, be real,
Or
right?
or be fake but make it interesting. I'll tell you, here's another thing I would do if I
Hmm.
was on reality TV. And I'll tell you, if you ever see me, I might pull the shit. I might pull the shit. I would already set up who he's going to cheat with and how they're going to cheat on. It would all be a storyline. Now, the real cheating, he could cheat
Hmm.
on me with in peace with another bitch, but we gonna pay this one to cheat in peace in front to cheat with in front of everybody and be a storyline.
That's what they doing
Like Perk and the Worm
anyway.
Woman. I mean, I wouldn't go as far to have somebody conceive a child, but
Oh my god.
but we could have that as a storyline where it's okay, I already know I'm coming on to a show like this. You're going to be looking and trying to leak my husband cheating on me. So I'm
Hmm.
going to let you do that. I'm going to give you that ammunition. I'm going to set it up. So that way I have something to be talked about on the show, and you don't know that I'm playing you like a fiddle all the way to the bank. To the bank.
Um, they do. I mean, it happens all the time. My thing is just come out with it. Stop the shenanigans and the well. How do you know I was at home and how do you know the lies and them? I
Exactly.
don't know.
Just say it's like, look, he was cheating. We're all adults. Because let's be honest, that marriage opened up the second she had chemo and
Yes,
she wasn't able to perform anymore. And I'm sure she told him, go have sex with somebody else. I do not have time to worry about your dick right now.
the girl she went and got an emotional support dog. I'm just. I mean, listen. She wasn't studying him or his ping because she was trying to survive. And but this is the thing. That's how she married him. She married that man that way. Where he was in the streets, he was high strong. Okay. And so I mean, she is really what could she expect?
I was going to say, like, she gives me, did you think anything was going to change when
That
you got
part.
married?
Hmm.
Because she doesn't
Exactly.
seem like a stupid person. So I don't think. that bothers her. Like, I'm getting a married for, like, I think she genuinely likes him. And
Mhm.
she's like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm marrying a man. There's going to be some cheating. Child, I'm not going. She seems like, but she seemed like, oh, I'm never going to let myself get upset over cheating. She's
She's
like,
unbothered.
I will never bring up another woman in my marriage. The fuck, I'm not stupid.
Mhm. But this
She's
the
like, I
thing.
know he's going to cheat, and I'm not going to upset myself by that. Like, okay, and film at 11.
But this is the thing that got Kimmy is him embarrassing her,
That's
saying
the thing.
that's
Just
what
don't
got her.
embarrass me.
Yep. Mhm. That's what did it. Like making fun of her hair when she started losing her hair.
Mm.
You know, talking about how her not wanting sex is in her mind. When I know as a nurse, chemo medicine is certain medication, even high blood pressure medicine, will curb your sexual, your libido. It will
Yeah.
make you not want to have sex. It's like you, it's high blood pressure, is medication out there that would do that. And he told her that was in her mind. He embarrassed her, and she has a
He
lot of pride.
he really showed I am not a suitable life partner.
That
Like,
part.
he really, like, it was beyond. It was like you really shit the bed as a human in this moment. Like, you couldn't have been any textbook worse.
Yeah, it was bad. So, but she's in it for the long haul. You know why? Because she don't want to start over. She's older than him, and she's vested, and she's not gonna start over. So she's gonna keep playing that role. And
She knows, also, she knows what she wants, and she knows I'm not going to do anything different. So I may as well, resign to this because this is what I'm going at.
hmm
She's choosing it.
yeah, she is. She is. I don't even think her son. I believe her son is just over it. I believe he sees a lot that's going on, and he's just like, it's ridiculous. She's choosing it.
Um, I wonder how much they're getting paid because this is damn 9 seasons, and they said we're getting the rest of Love and Marriage Detroit. Um, I wonder how they're like. I know they're going to give us another season, but I wonder if that will be it.
I
Because
believe once
I
Melanie
don't
is gone, I believe that once Melanie is gone, Melanie is gone.
Yeah, she's gone. She's done.
What
And
that storyline gonna be? Everybody made Melanie their storyline this year. This season.
I don't.
And I'm not a millimeter at all, but
But
it
Mel
was like,
had something that was dynamic that none of your other franchises, or rather, you only have two franchises, none of your other cities have.
hmm
Also, like, Carlos, it is time for you to step up. Like, this,
oh God.
I would rather see more of the next 15 from you. Like, do something more fun and lighthearted.
Well, there's been a lot of complaints about him.
And
I don't
I
know if
mean,
you've
well, maybe
heard.
you listen to people.
I don't know if you've heard. Oh, let me tell you this, Alexander. Then I'm gonna get off of him. I gotta go to bed. Listen, there's been a lot of talk about Carlos, okay, and how he's treated. The different people that have quit, even from Bell Collective, that have
Oh,
quit.
yeah.
hmm Okay, so I follow a YouTuber called Queen Sheba. I don't know if you've ever heard of her.
Oh, I have.
She did an interview with Marquez, It aired. The first part aired yesterday. The second part is gonna air, I think, tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you something. You know who Marquez is, right? Marquez is Tisha husband.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It was so good. And
We
I'm just saying, you may I don't know if you want to look, y'all probably could get together and you know what I'm saying, collaborate or something, but y'all both give good content. But check that out. Just check that out and see what you think.
I sure will. Well, thank you so much for hopping on. You have a point. I got to get to bed myself. It is almost 1 a.m. But thank you so much. This has been a fabulous conversation, and I'm going to see y'all soon for
I've
some.
enjoyed it. Thank you.